Hi, I'm Danny Lipford.
And I'm Chelsea Lipford-Wolf.
Thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner here on YouTube. And don't forget to leave us a like and a comment.
And be sure to share with a friend, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified of new videos.
Thanks and enjoy the show. This week on Today's Homeowner, our makeover goes out into the backyard to remove an eyesore and create a playset paradise.
It's actually a safety hazard in some aspects.
Hannah Grace is scared of it, but I like it.
This Gulf Coast home belongs to Chad and Beth Kirtland, who share it with their two daughters, Hannah Grace and Sophia.
Well, we moved into this house about a year ago, and we love the neighborhood. It's a great location. Lots of kids and lots of families in the neighborhood.
The girls like to do lots of things outside. For example, they have a trampoline outside. They're both into gymnastics. When we purchased the house, the playset is roughly 10 years old, and so through wear and tear, it needs some paint. It needs lots of tightening up and fixing up.
It was like this when we got it here. Yeah. So, you know how this is super loose? Yeah, and how there are nails poking out. Hello, and this board is loose right here. Yeah. Peel it off. Watch out. And there are sharp nails poking out.
It's actually a safety hazard in some aspects.
I don't go very high on the swings because I'm afraid they could just fall down. Hannah Grace is scared of it, but I like it. It's fun. Yeah.
The girls go to a school where their mascot is a pirate, so when we started talking about what type of playset they wanted, they talked about a pirate ship. So we'd like to build them something that's sort of a pirate ship theme.
Okay, so you've been talking to the girls and figured out exactly what they want.
They want to make sure that they have a clubhouse for their friends. They want 2 swings, a trapeze bar.
Well, we drew some pictures. And we had like a tower. We want a cargo net. Cargo net? Yes. Cargo net so that we can climb. Yes. And some rings to do gymnastics on and swings. Yes.
I'm sure you've been looking online. Everybody looks online at all. I mean, there's a million of them online that you can choose from. Find anything there?
Well, I've looked at a lot of the kits online and at the home center, but they don't have everything that we want. Because in addition to the playset, I really would like some place to store my riding lawnmower so I can get it out of my garage.
Well, that can't take the place of the clubhouse
No,
now.
we have to work it all in together.
Okay, so any ideas how you want it put together then?
Actually, don't laugh, but we
we
put together a drawing. So
Hannah Grace did a good job on that.
Oh yeah, of course she did. So we've got the clubhouse and the swings and the crow's nest to get that pirate feel, cargo net, and over here a little storage for us.
That looks pretty good. I think we could do that. And tell you what, we can do a little bit of measuring here to make sure we get the right length that you want. Get some materials here. That's not going to be any problem at all.
Great.
How's Beth hammering?
Oh, she's really good with
She's really good with the hammer.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. This is perfect. When the materials arrive, we have clear skies, but extremely high temperatures. This is going to be a hot one. We got plenty of water. We need to drink a lot of water. Sunscreen's going to be very necessary.
All right, let's see. Chad, I'm going to give you the mold.
Oh, that's good.
And you take the axe. So you have 2 to work
one
with.
in each hand.
Beth, you've got the attitude adjuster.
There you go.
Use that on Chad. All right.
So with that, the demolition begins. Bump it. Ooh, almost got him.
Danny, you know I'm on top of this, right?
Oh. In my defense, this thing is coming apart so easily, it's hard not to go fast.
Wait a minute. We didn't give the tenant enough notice to vacate.
In almost no time, we've got the old unsafe playset completely demolished. Man, that just shows you how rotten that thing was.
Yeah, I'm glad to get it out of here.
Now it's time to lay out the new structure.
What do you think about coming back this way a little bit with this tree here? I'd like to bring the tower this way a little bit so we block the view into our neighbor's yard. Would that work?
Oh, I got you. Oh, when they're up there, the kids aren't peering in on.
Exactly.
We begin by driving stakes to identify the positions of the posts that will support the framework.
So Danny, what are you doing here?
We'll get this diagonal measurement. So that's about 102, and if this is the same, then there's no doubt that it's square. When the locations are perfect, we give Beth her first introduction to a post hole digger. Okay, Beth, you like black or red?
Red.
Try to stay going straight down.
Okay.
Pull it apart, set it to the side, and do it again.
About how far down do I want to?
Oh, I don't know about here. No. No, we'll only go 2.5 feet, something like that.
Huh.
And
I'll have this done in no time.
good.
Good job, y'all. Doing good. It's looking really good over there.
I'll be done about Friday.
While we get this project rolling, why don't you check out this week's simple solution?
A reciprocating saw is one of the most versatile power tools you can own. It can cut virtually any building material, but it's also great for trimming tree branches. Now you can use a standard reciprocating saw blade to cut tree branches, but you'll get much better results if you use a pruning blade. Most people don't realize that they sell pruning blades specifically for the reciprocating saw. And let me show you how it works. First, using the standard blade. Let me put on my safety glasses. Okay, here we go. There you go. Now that was pretty quick, right? Maybe 8 or 10 seconds. But let me show you how much quicker you can go using the pruning blade. Okay, here we go. There you go. A nice clean cut in a fraction of the time.
Chad and Beth's daughters needed a new playset, but Chad needed some extra storage to relieve a packed garage. So we're combining both projects into a storage shed, playhouse, swing set with a pirate theme.
I've definitely learned a lot while we've been out here already. On the first day, I've learned several techniques that I never would have brought myself and probably would have done things the wrong way and ended up doing them over again. So good thing these guys are here to show me how to do it.
So we have our plan and our team is motivated. The only drawback so far is the heat. Well, at this point, the heat really hadn't been that much of a problem. Everybody's drinking water and staying cool, but middle of the afternoon, when the heat index hits about 108, we'll start seeing some people fading, I think. Right now, we're fresh, and there's lots of material to move. The pressure-treated lumber we've chosen for this project is from Yellowwood, and it's UL Green Guard Gold certified. So not only will it stand up to the weather, it'll be safe for the kids and the environment. Well, we got all the demolition taken care of. That really wasn't much of a job at all. And then we've been able to dig all of our post holes, get all of our 4x4 posts in. All right, you think that's tall enough for them?
I think so.
And Alan, Chad, and Beth are in the process of putting the concrete around the first post.
So this is a critical one. It's making sure we start with one that is plumb on both sides.
What I'm doing is cutting a few purling pieces that'll actually nail to the side of it that not only will it provide the support while the concrete dries, it'll also end up being what we nail our fence boards to.
And this new fast setting that they have, we always mixed it in wheelbarrow.
That's what I have always done.
You don't have to with this. It's a special formula. You pour it in there just like that.
Wow, that makes it a lot easier.
Not like on my chugging stick. I'm gonna put some water in and then you just chug around with it.
It's pretty good.
All right.
And how long does that have to set?
You know, they tell me that, of course, within an hour it is good, but it actually sets up a lot faster than that. I've had these set up within 20 minutes.
Wow.
In this heat, it may be dry already. The folks at Quikrete designed this stuff to make jobs like this easy. So I'm recruiting Hannah, Grace, and Sophia to prove how simple it is. So you take one, you take one. Okay, now you see what he's got there? I want you to jug it. Go like this. All the way around it. So just jug around on all sides, all the way around. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell him there's no such word as jugging. There's no such word.
I made it up. And since the kids are trying new things, why not mom too? So Beth, all you got to do is just hold it like this, push that in, pull the trigger one time.
All right.
Good luck, and I'll go get the first aid kit. There you go. Oh, you got your foot. Got him in the foot again. Golly.
Don't do that.
The 8x8 post that will support the swing set beam is a little more difficult to set and align.
Walk it up. Don't let go. Ready? Go.
That's the closest thing to a hug he's had in a long time. With all the posts set and dry. Perfect, perfect. The horizontal 2x4s go up quickly, followed by the floor joist for the second level. We're shimming the center joist to create a slight arch in the floor so water will run off the treated plywood floor we install next. While I'm cutting the second piece of plywood, Alan gets started installing the fence boards that will act as our siding. Later, we'll cover the dog-eared tops with horizontal pieces of trim. Next, we mark the 8x8 and cut it to height.
You got a pencil? I got wood. Let's get it.
Before notching it out to support the 4x6 beam that will carry the weight of the swings.
Hey!
Look at that.
How about that? That's beautiful.
Once that's in place, we let the girls check out the view.
Is it big enough?
Yes.
Good.
Now it's time for the best new product. I've been doing a little personal testing on this one.
Just wonder how long I can do this before Alan even notices.
When you're working outside on those warm days, whether in your garden or out on the job site, there are essentials that you need, of course, to have on hand. Lots of water, sunscreen, and now this. This is a misting fan by Arctic Cove. It serves not only as a fan, but also as a water mister. Well, how does this work? Well, it works a number of ways to get the water misting. First of all, if you don't have access to a garden hose, you can just simply fill up this 5-gallon bucket, drop this little hose down in there, and now the fan fits perfectly over there. Turn on the switch and it'll start pumping the water through the fan. If you do, however, have access to a garden hose, you could just simply attach the garden hose right here and that will feed the water through the fan. Now the nice thing about this too is that you don't have to have electrical power because it runs on an 18-volt lithium-ion battery that pops in right here, and it's compatible with the Ryobi One Plus battery. So, if you're working outside and you want to stay cool, this is the perfect solution to do just that.
The combined playset and storage shed we're helping Chad and Beth build is coming along nicely, and so far there's only one big obstacle. We found out that the heat index got up to over 105 yesterday. Everybody started fading a little bit late in the afternoon. I was a little bit worried about Alan.
It was definitely hot yesterday, but everyone pushed on and kept things going, and a lot was done, more than Chad and I could do on our own.
All right, I'm gonna get started on this little roof for the girls. It's gonna be a simple little gable roof. We'll leave this open, so kind of gonna be shaped like this on one side and back down the other. While I'm taking care of that, Alan's got the easy work downstairs, putting all of the fence boards on. Once I get my measurements, I can start making the trusses that will support the roof. Gluing and nailing plywood gussets to the sides is the best way to do this. Meanwhile, Alan is continuing the fence boards up the sides of the playhouse. We're leaving a gap on two sides so any water can run off through them. Once I have the trusses complete, I add some horizontal supports so we can attach them to the structure. Now plan this so that each plane of the roof is exactly one sheet of plywood, and it seems to be working out just right. The next big job is building a door for the storage area. We lay out and construct what essentially is a big gate over in the shade before we all lift it into position. With that done, Chad can add gravel inside the storage area while I get started on the platform for the crow's nest. The trim that goes around the new door and mask the siding seams is simply more fence boards that have been ripped down to a smaller width on the table saw. Roofing the playhouse is saved for early morning of day 3 when we're nice and fresh. First, we're applying roll roofing over the plywood to make it watertight. Then we attach more fence boards on top of that to tie it in to the rustic feel of the structure. Now it's on to the details like the crow's nest.
Think that's big enough for the girls to get through?
I think so.
That way the little rope ladder that you're going to build will come right up here and go right in.
Meanwhile, Alan and Chad are adding strength to the structural joints with lag bolts and getting started on the ladder that'll give the girls access to the playhouse.
Line me up here. The back corner, this corner here, is the one that you want flush with the back.
Now, which one of your girls do you find to be most ambitious? Which one will end up in this crow's nest first?
Sophia.
Oh, is that right?
She's my daredevil.
And she is what?
6.
6, all right.
She's 6 and fearless.
6 and fearless. That sounds like a doctor visit every now and then.
Yeah, we might have to put some laws down on this one.
Well, if Sophia's the daredevil, she'll love what Alan and Chad are working on next.
All right, so climbing wall's ready to go. Using the same fence boards
Yep.
to match everything. It's gonna look good. Let me ask you this: what are you putting on here? Are you
Those
little
plastic
things? Okay.
rocks, yeah.
Well, let's do this then. We'll start at the top because I don't know where we are going to fall at the bottom. If we have a split board, we'll leave that at the bottom. But we'll start up here, get an even overhang, make sure we're level across here first, and then we just rock and roll all the way down. What do you think?
Okay.
Okay.
Inside the house, Beth and the girls have found a cooler spot to begin work on the rope ladder we opted for instead of the cargo net. They're threading rope through pieces of 2x2 that Chad had drilled out earlier. This will hang from the crow's nest that Alan and I are putting in place. To hold it secure, I'm driving long lag bolts through it into the swing set frame. This pirate theme is really coming together, but why do I keep hearing barnyard animals?
All right, where are we going with these?
First one goes right here. Yeah.
Right there. That's a long way up to bring your leg. You sure?
Right here.
All right, hold it where you want it.
Next, there are tons of holes to mark and drill so each of the hand holes can be mounted.
Right here.
There are also lots to drill so we can hang the swings and the gymnastic rings. Up in the playhouse, Alan is installing some inexpensive vinyl flooring to create a smoother surface for the kids and keep the water out of the storage area below. Speaking of that, Chad is finally ready to start stocking up the storage area with all of his lawn and garden tools, not the least of which is his riding lawnmower. Finally, when Sophia plants the flag in our crow's nest, we know our work is complete. When people are building pressure-treated decks, they often ask whether they should space the boards apart or butt them tightly together. The answer really depends on the type of wood you're using. Regular pressure-treated wood tends to be somewhat wet when it's new. That means as it weathers in the sun and the heat, it will dry out some and shrink slightly. For this reason, I usually butt deck boards as tightly together as possible so that they'll leave a slight gap when they do shrink. If the wood has been kiln-dried after treatment, also called KDAT, most of the moisture has already been removed in a controlled environment, so very little shrinkage will occur after installation. In this case, some space between boards is a good idea because the wood can actually expand slightly over time. The folks at Yellowwood recommend using an 8-penny nail between rows to create adequate, consistent spacing. Chad and Beth's girls started the week with a dilapidated playset that was more hazard than entertainment. That's been replaced by a bigger, safer, and much more attractive structure that not only offers more variety of options for play, it also includes some much-needed storage for Dad. Plus, it just looks cool, and we did it all for about $1,000 in materials.
I know the girls are going to be really well entertained. There's so much for them to do, and as a parent, I'm really happy that it's safe now. I didn't realize how much rot we had, and so now the structure is solid. Real happy about that.
The process has been a lot of fun for me. You know, I said going in that I could do this kind of project over a few weeks. It would have taken me a few months. You know, we've moved so fast through all this big project with all of these different pieces, and I've learned a lot working with all the guys. It's been great.
More importantly, Hannah, Grace, and Sophia seem to love it, and so do their friends. Whether they're climbing Mount Everest, playing pirate, dancing in the playhouse, or swinging on the swings, there's plenty for them to do. In fact, they might even make a gymnast out of Chad. Well, it has been 3 very, very hot days with a lot of work going on around here. But when you see the kids having fun like that, it makes it all worthwhile. You know, something that we don't tell you near enough is how much we appreciate you watching our show each week. I know there's a lot of shows out there, but we really appreciate you spending a little time with us. Hey, I'm Danny Lipford. Thanks so much for being with us here on today's Homeowner. We'll see you next week. What, I got something on me? There's something crawling on my back right now.
What is it?
There was something that crawled up my back, I'm telling you. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Today's Homeowner. And don't forget to comment, like, and hit the bell icon so that we can notify you when new videos are posted.
And don't go anywhere, click around and continue the home improving fun.